Open the meeting on November 12th, 2020. Take a roll, please. Shelley?
Get closer. Member Anderson,
Here.
Member Frew,
Here.
Member Herman,
Here.
Deputy Chair Flass.
Here.
Chair Hetrick.
Here. With that, everybody approval of the minutes for the October 8th one?
I would motion to approve. Second.
Poll the board, please.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
Member Frew,
Aye.
Member Herman,
Abstain.
Deputy Chair Flass.
Aye.
Chair Hetrick.
Aye. Moving right along, would you read the legal notices for Charlie and Patricia Hunt and Alan and Amy Smith, please?
Notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the zoning ordinance of the town of Rush and section 267 of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the zoning board of appeals of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, via Zoom on November 12th, 2020 at 7 p.m. with respect to the following applications and any other business that may come before the board. Application 2020-9Z by Charlie and Patricia Hunt of 20 Delia Trail, Rush, New York, 14543, proposing an A-frame garage approximately 12 feet by 24 feet in the backyard. The shed needs to be placed approximately 13 feet from the lot line from neighbor. Due to the location of the leach fields, placement is not within the 25-foot setback. The property is zoned residential R30. Application 2020-10Z by Alan and Amy Smith of 6666 Rush Lima Road, Honeoye Falls, New York, 14472, requesting a setback variance of 100 feet from the road center line. The current town code is 110 feet. The property is zoned residential R30.
Okay, and with that, I'll open the public hearing. 2020-09Z for Charlie and Patricia Hunt of 20 Delia Trail. Is Mr. and Mrs. Hunt with us?
Yes.
We are.
Okay. I've got a report back from the Monroe County Department of Planning and Development, and they refer it to a local matter. The Rush Fire Department came from Dale Sweet. We reviewed application 2020-09Z. We do not have any issues or concerns with this application. Give me double copies. See if we have any more.
That's it.
And that's it on those. In review of it, it seems to set, did everybody get a picture of the plan, the location? Okay. I don't know, it sets next to another shed. It's behind sight of vision in the road. Does anybody have any questions?
None.
No questions? Any questions from the public?
No from us.
Okay.
Chairman Hetrick, did we receive anything from any neighbors? Any?
Oh, wait a
affirmation?
minute, I did. I got a notice or a letter from a neighbor. Let me find it here. From a neighbor at 30 Delia Trail. Is that right next to you to the south?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the neighbor, we're writing a letter. This letter is neighbors of Charlie and Patricia Hunt. They have discussed with us their interest in constructing a shed in their backyard. We approve of the placement of this shed 13 feet from the lot line. Thank you for your time. This shed's movable, isn't it? It's not a permanent structure?
Yes.
Right. It's placed on a stone bed?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions from the public? Okay, we'll probably, we'll have an answer for you tonight. Either you can stay on and listen to it, or somebody will contact you in the morning.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
And with that, I'll close public hearing, application 2020-09Z. Somebody second it.
I'll second it.
Poll the board.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
Member Frew,
Aye.
Member Herman,
Aye.
Deputy Chair Flass.
Aye.
Chair Hetrick.
Aye. Been working on that long, Dave? With that, I'll open public hearing 2020-10Z by Alan and Amy Smith of 6666 Rush Lima Road. Is Alan and Amy with us tonight?
Alan is. Amy's at home right now.
Okay, that's fine. I see they're not making much progress.
It's getting soon. There was a framing crew out there today, so
Oh,
they're
okay.
starting. I'm really
All
anxious
right.
to get it closed up before winter.
Okay, this one is a setback variance of 100 feet from the road center line versus 110 feet code. The house is being rebuilt after a fire. The rebuild will not have the second story or in-law apartment over the garage. To break up the appearance of the long single-story building and enjoy a porch, curb appeal, we want to add a covered front porch that is within the setback limit. And without measure that, if I've got it right, the house is approximately 100 feet back or 108 feet back
That's what I measured it at
from the center
of the
line.
road.
Yeah, I came up with 109, but I had a
Okay.
wheel, walk a wheel. So you're gonna add 8 foot to that. So basically it would be around 99 or 100 feet from the center line then.
Yes.
Yep. I also observed, I was looking at your neighbors. When was your house built originally? Do you know?
The house was originally built in '84.
Okay, because it looked like both of you and your neighbors there were, weren't within the 110 foot, but
Yeah, I think we are both a little bit closer to the road.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the code was different back then or,
right. And then the other one down the street from you, he's even closer.
yeah, but he's been there a lot longer.
Yeah, Glenn there, that was probably back in the 40s, so.
Yeah.
All right. I got a no comments from the Conservation Board. Department of Planning. Refer to Development Committee. Did you get it? No, same ones. Okay. Basically, is all this is here they've got comments in Article 25 AA of New York State Agricultural Markers Law. Title: Agricultural districts provide counties with the opportunity to create agricultural districts for the purpose of protection and promoting of agricultural industry. This project occurs in or adjacent to Monroe County Eastern Agricultural District. According to the review of recent aerial photos, In the agricultural district maps, this project occurs on or within 500 feet of land and agricultural production in Monroe County's Eastern Agricultural District. Therefore, an agricultural data statement may need to be submitted for this project as required in section 283A of Town Law and Article 25AA of the New York State Agricultural Markets Law. A Monroe County Agricultural Data Statement form can be found on www.monroecounty.government files planning. If an agricultural data statement form is necessary, the clerk of the board should mail a written notice of the application to the owners and list on the agricultural data sheet. Development of this property should be designed so that it does not alter existing drainage facilities used by adjacent parcels. If the land is being farmed, the application is encouraged to contact the adjacent farmers and the Monroe County Farmland and Agriculture Protection Board to discuss the proposed development. For the further information regarding the Monroe County Farmland and Agriculture Protection Board and the Monroe County Agriculture Farmland Protection Plan, the application should contact Bob King, Senior Advisor. If you have any questions regarding this review, please contact me at phone number. Development review comment. Would he fall under this, John?
So
Because
under, yeah, Chairman Hetrick, under 283A of the town law, it applies to special use permits, site plan approvals, use variances, and subdivisions. I don't believe this qualifies for either of those, so no ag data statement would be necessary.
Right, because it was already a pre-existing foundation. He's not really changing anything but building a new house.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding, and if correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is subject to a variance and a building permit.
Right,
So
that's it.
in the absence of a site plan approval by the planning board, there'd be no ag data statement requirement.
Okay. From the Rush Fire District, they've received 2020-10Z, and we do not have any issues or concerns with the application. So with that, do we have any other comments from the public?
The Conservation Board also gave a
Yeah,
no comment.
yeah, no comment. Thought I said that first, but anyway, okay. Any other comments from the public? So with that, I make a motion to close the public hearing of 2020-10Z.
Second. 9Z. This is the hunt.
No, this is Smith.
Oh,
Oh, we already got Hunt, okay. Would you poll the board, please?
Mr. Anderson,
Aye.
Mr. Frew,
Aye.
Mr. Herman,
Aye.
Deputy Chair Flass.
Aye.
Chair Hetrick.
Aye. And with that, if you would you read do the Hunt motion?
I will. Whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of Rush has examined application 2020-09Z submitted by Charlie and Patricia Hunt, the applicants of 20 Delia Trail, Rush, New York, 14543, the property, which is located in the R30 district, requesting a side setback variance from the side setback requirements for structures at least 25 feet as set forth in 120-19 of the zoning law of the Town of Rush, the zoning law, for construction of a proposed A-frame garage approximately 12 by 24 feet located on the south side property line, together with the maps, diagrams, and other materials that were submitted with the application. And whereas the property is located in R30 district as set forth in the zoning law, and whereas a public hearing on this application was held on November 12th, and notice was posted as required by law. And whereas all persons at the hearing desiring to speak on the matter were heard, all correspondence was read, and no statements were considered by this board. Now therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals determines that this is a type 2 action exempt from seeker review pursuant to 617.5 C16 of Title 6 of the New York Code of Rules and Regulations, which includes granting of individual setback and lot line variances and adjustments. And it is further resolved that pursuant to the criteria set forth under 267-B of Town Law and 120-19 of zoning law, the Zoning Board of Appeals determines that the applicants are entitled to the variance based upon the following. 1, the placement of the A-frame garage is consistent with the neighborhood and proximity of other pre-existing buildings on the road. There will be no undesirable change in character to the neighborhood. Neighbors have no objection to the proposed location of the A-frame garage. 2, the benefits set by the applicants cannot be achieved by some other method feasible for the applicants to pursue because of the configuration and dimensions of the property. The A-frame garage cannot feasibly be constructed in a different location on the property other than the south side due to the location of the septic system leach field. 3, the requested area variance is not substantial. The required side setback is 25 feet. The proposed A-frame garage will be constructed 13 feet from the south side property line of the property, resulting in a deviation of 48%, while the variance requested is a 48% deviation from the zoning law. The variance is not substantial given the location of the A-frame garage as situated on the property. Number 4, the requested side setback variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood or district. The placement of the A-frame garage as a result of the variance will not result in any impacts on environmental conditions such as drainage, traffic circulation, noise, or other impacts. Number 5, while the requested side setback variance of the A-frame garage was self-created, this fact does not preclude the granting of a side setback variance. In consideration of the other 4 factors, the benefit to the applicants in granting the variance outweighs the possible detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. And it is further resolved that taking into consideration the 5 factors, the Zoning Board of Appeals finds that the benefit to the applicants outweighs the detriment to the neighborhood or community, and that the variance requested in the application is a minimum variance that could be granted in order to preserve and protect the character of the neighborhood and the health, safety, and welfare of the community. And it is further resolved that application 2020-09Z is granted as submitted, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, the A-frame garage is proposed and the application shall be no closer than 15 feet from the south side property line. Number 2, no work or placement of the A-frame garage shall commence until a building permit is obtained from the town of Rush. Number 3, the applicants must meet any applicable town building and inspection requirements. Thus endeth the reading.
Second the motion. Pull the board.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
Member Frew,
Aye.
Member Herman,
Aye.
Deputy Chair Plas.
Aye.
Chair Hetrick.
Aye. The second one is Alan and Amy Smith of 6666 Rush Lima Road, application 2020-10Z. Brad, would you like to do that motion?
Sure. Smith motion, whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of Rush has examined application 2020-10Z submitted by Alan and Amy Smith, the applicants of 6666 Rush Lima Road, Honeyway Falls, New York, 14472, the property, which is located in an R30 district requesting a front setback variance from a front setback requirement for structures on a state or county road of at least 110 feet as set forth in section 120-18 of the zoning law of the town of Rush, the zoning law, for construction of a proposed 8-foot wide porch with steps, together with the maps, diagrams, and other materials that were submitted with the application. And whereas the property is located in an R30 district as set forth in the zoning law along a state or county road, and whereas a public hearing on this application was held on November 12th, 2020, and notice was posted as required by law. And whereas all persons at the hearing desiring to speak on the matter were heard, all correspondence was read, and those statements were considered by this board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals determines that this is a type 2 action exempt from seeker review pursuant to section 617.5 subsection C, subsection 16 of Title 6 of the New York Code of Rules and Regulations, which includes granting of the individual setback and lot line variances and adjustments. And it is further resolved that pursuant to the criteria set forth under section 267-B of the town law and section 120-18 of the zoning law, the Zoning Board of Appeals determines that the applicants are entitled to a variance based on the following. Number one, there will be no undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood. The placement of the 8-foot by 24-foot 8 inches porch with steps on the front of the existing house on the property is consistent with the neighborhood and the proximity of other porches in the neighborhood from the road. The addition of a covered front porch will breach up the appearance of the long single-story building and provide aesthetic improvement to the residents off of Rush Lima Road. Number two, the benefits sought by the applicants cannot be achieved by some other method feasible for the applicants to pursue because of the configuration of the house on the property and the dimensions of the property. Number three, the requested area variance is not substantial. The required front setback is 110 feet from the center line of the state and county road. The proposed porch and steps would be constructed 100 feet from the center line of the road, resulting in a 9% deviation. The variance would therefore result in a very minor deviation from the requirement of the zoning law. Additionally, while the applicant is requesting a minimal variance to facilitate the construction of the covered porch, the plans also indicate that the reconstruction will not involve the second-story in-law apartment over the garage. Number four, the requested front setback variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. The construction of the front porch as a result of the variance will not result in any impact on environmental conditions such as drainage, traffic circulation, noise, or other impacts. Number five, the requested front setback variance for the porch was arguably not self-created because the house is being rebuilt after a fire, which was not within the applicant's control. Nevertheless, this fact does not preclude the granting of the front setback variance. In consideration of the other four factors, the benefit to the applicants in granting the variance outweighs the possible detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. And it is further resolved that taking into consideration the five factors, the Zoning Board of Appeals finds that the benefit to the applicants outweighs the detriment to the neighborhood or community, and the variance requested in the application should be granted in order to preserve and protect the character of the neighborhood and the health, safety, and welfare of the community. And it is further resolved that application 2020-10Z is granted as submitted, subject to the following conditions. Number one, the front porch as proposed in the application shall be no closer than 100 feet from the center line of the road. Number two, no work is to be commenced on the porch until a building permit is obtained from the town of Rush. And the final one, number three, the applicants must meet any other applicable town building and inspection requirements.
I have one question, and it could have been Zoom. Paragraph 1, was that break or breach? I didn't know if I heard. I think it was to break up the front portion of
Yeah, it says breach. We'll breach up. But it's
yeah.
probably
That was
correct.
probably
It should say
the
break.
typo on my part. I think it should say break up the front.
And I should have caught that. My apologies.
It passed by
Nope.
all of us. Thank you.
That's my fault.
Well, don't get all red. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Poll the board?
Member Anderson,
Aye.
member Frew,
Aye.
member Herman,
Aye.
deputy chair Flass.
Aye.
Chair Hetrick.
Aye. We did receive an application. There was no, legal notice or anything. For Ronald W. Stewart Jr. on Rush Lima Road. Some volunteers to work on this. Okay, Brad and Rich, look at it and we'll put it on the docket for the December meeting. Does anybody else have any other business? Nope. With that, I make a motion to close the November zoning board meeting.
Second.
Poll the board.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
member Frew,
Aye.
member Herman,
Aye.
deputy chair Flass. Chair Hetrick.
Aye. Everybody have a safe and good night.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good night.
Okay.